NRG Stadium in Houston. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. On first down, it's Purdy. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Purdy. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. George Kittle, touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 64 yards. And the 49ers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans. At their own 26. A first down throw for Mills. And he'll find Akins there. Complete. Second down and 7. Working out of the gun. Mills. He's letting it fly for Cooks. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
He's got his man. It's Pierce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Mills. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they'll throw again. Here's Mills. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the
touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 42 yards. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just 1 play resulting in the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They'll run it for the first time with Dameon Pierce. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Steps away. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Now Mills on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. McCaffrey running up the middle. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Purdy. Tries to hit Jennings, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mills. That's caught. It's Chris Moore. Hook up of 15 yards there. And 3rd and 8 now. He's got the 1st down and more. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Mills over the middle, complete. That's Moore. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 30. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mills. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Pierce. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Mills again. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete. and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The end result, 21 yards. Purdy looking to throw on 1st down here. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st down, Purdy. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. A 16-yard touchdown as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Mills on 1st down. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Again, they run with Burkhead. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They'll try and pound it in with Burkhead. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Rex Burkhead in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it makes the score 21-10. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have, well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the third quarter we march. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Fields it right around the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. For the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come out, continue to throw the ball effectively.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. Out of the shotgun, a give to Burkhead. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now the short yardage man, Burkhead. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. Pierce now up the middle. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 17. Well executed, 22-yard gain. Here's Pierce on the counter. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. And Pierce gets it again on second down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, third and 1.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A give to Burkhead on first down. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. On second down, here's Pierce. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Rex Burkhead with his second touchdown of the night. And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Will go down as a gain of 6. And that will bring up second down. Purdy from the gun. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 18 yards, first down Niners. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
But I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Three yards on the gain. They're going to need to do that on this next play. It'll be 3rd and 12. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it down the line. Tough study. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So here is Mills and the Texans. Down 21-16. Under a minute 20 to go. Mills looking to throw it. That'll be caught. It's the tight end Howard. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. And they've got to go thank the guys on D.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. That's complete to Pierce. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The second down run for Burkhead. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Try to pick it up on the ground with Burkhead. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Here's Mills. That one caught downfield by Howard. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now Mills. And this is caught. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk about on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Mills back to throw. And he's across for the touchdown. And it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Charles, that drive was perfect. Methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for 2. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the post.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. First and 10. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Purdy with one final shot here. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. And a fun, close ball game comes